In this video, you'll learn how to create custom menus which are different for different devices. So this is how it will look on your desktop. This is how the same menu would look after a little bit of customizations on your tab. And this is the same menu with a lot more customizations and a lot more deductions to looking on a mobile. So with 3 different devices and 3 different menus, and we'll be doing all this completely for free using some of the best plugins WordPress has to offer. So without further ado, let's dive into the topic. Welcome to the Binary IQ. If you're visiting this channel for the first time, do consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. Also, do check out our YouTube channel. I already have created a lot of stuff for you guys, and I'm very hopeful that you'll enjoy some of the content out there. Finally, if you end up learning something from this video, do hit that like button. So let's get going. Now, this is going to be a follow-up video from my previous video. So I'll leave the link in the description. And this video will be going to create a custom header, which is different from your desktop header, and we'll be creating one for your tab view and one for the mobile view. So a user who comes in on a desktop will see a different menu. The one on a tablet would see a different menu, and the one on a mobile will see a different menu. Now there is no option available with any theme as far as I know, which gives this for free. However, everything which we are going to do in this video will be completely for free. So here is the list of all the items which I have already installed. Again, go ahead, check out my previous video if you want to move along with me. So I have my main theme as the Astra theme. I have a page builder plugin called Elementor. I have a header footer plugin by Brainstorm. And in order to get some fancy features, I have an add-on to Elementor. So with all these simple plugins, we are going to create a different menu on the tab view as well as on the mobile view. So let's get going. Now for this, I'll be utilizing the previous header which I created. So I'll go inside appearance. I'll go to where it says header footer builder. I'll just click on it. Now I did create this header 1 in my previous video. So what I'll be doing is just simply clicking on edit with Elementor. So I'll just click on edit with Elementor. So this was the menu, or rather the header which I created. I'll just hide this panel so that you can see. So this is the header I created. I have a simple menu here. I have a button. I have a card icon. I have some social media icons. I have a rotating text, and I have some icon list. And finally, I have a site logo as well. So let's create a different menu for the tab view first. In order to go and view how this menu is looking inside the tab view or the mobile view, all you can do is simply go to this responsive mode button, click on it, and you'll get the option of watching or viewing your website on a tablet and a mobile. So we'll just go to this responsive mode again, click on tablet. So this is how it looks on a tablet. I'll just hide this quickly. As you can see, some things are overlapping and it's not looking that good. So we'll change this right now. First of all, let's go to desktop view again. And what we'll do first of all is duplicate these two items. So I'll simply right click on where it says edit section and I'll click on duplicate. Again, inside this edit section on the lower header, I'll click on it and I'll click on duplicate. Now I'll move this above header menu and I'll move it under. So now we have two menus, but we want the above menu, which we just created specifically for desktop, to show on desktop only and not on the tab view. And similarly, the next one, I want it to show on my tab view only and not on the desktop. So what I can do is first of all, go to the above header menu on this header, on the first header rather, which we are assuming to be our desktop header. So I'll just click on edit section. Now I'll go to where it says advanced. Inside advanced, there is an option for responsive. So this is where we are going. I'll just click on responsive, and inside the visibility options, what we'll be doing is that we want this option to be available on the desktop. So what we'll do is hide it on the tablet as well as hide it on the mobile. So what this does is it shows up only on the desktop view. In order to see if it actually worked, let's go inside the responsive mode, go inside the tablet mode, and suddenly you'll see this complete icon grayed out. Right now it's visible, but it's grayed out. In order to see the live preview, all I'll do is hide this panel. And now you can see the above header is gone. So it's not visible on my tab view. Let's go back to the desktop view again, and I'll click on the next section. And again, I'll go to advanced, go to responsive, and I'll hide this on tablet and mobile as well. So now if I go back to my tablet view and I hide this panel, you'll see only the other menu show up. So I'll go back to my desktop view again. Now before going to the desktop view, what I want is these two headers to show only on my tablet and not on my desktop or mobile. So I'll do the same thing here. So I'll just click on edit section, go to advanced, go to responsive, and this time I'll hide it on desktop as well as hide it on mobile. And I'll do the same here. So I'll go to advanced again, go to responsive again, and hide it on the desktop and on the mobile. So now if I go back to my desktop, you'll be able to see that this one is grayed out right now. So if I click on preview changes now, you'll see only this menu show up. So it's working well. Now let's change the settings for the tab view. So to access the tab view again, I'll go to responsive mode, click on tab view, and let's not worry about the one with the grayed out menu, because this is not going to be visible anyways. So in this case, let's assume that we want all the three options to remain. So what we can do is simply increase this central column size, because these icons are going to be using a lot less space. So what we can do to reduce the column size is simply go to where it says edit column. I'll just click on it. I'll get the column width option. As you can see, there is a tablet icon next to it. This shows that I'm changing this setting only in tablet view. So I'll just change it to say 30. Inside this second edit column, I'll change it to 30 again, and this one is set to 40. So I'll just change it to 40. I'll just hide it and let's see how it looks. So I think now it's looking much better and everything is visible too. As you can see, some of the content is stuck to the end because there is no padding here. So what I'll do is go to the section again, go to advanced. Inside advanced, I'll go to where it says advanced. Inside padding, first of all, I'll unlink these values. So this gives the value of 0, 0. So if I hide it, you'll see everything is too packed together. So on the top, I'll give a 3 pixel space. On the right, let me give a 10 pixel space. On the bottom, I'll get a 3 pixel space, and the left again 10 pixels. So now if I hide it, you'll see that I have some breathing space here, some breathing space here. I can in fact increase the breathing space on the left and right. So I'll give it a 20 and a 22. So now if I hide it, everything looks perfect. Now here I can just reduce the gap between the icons because there is no use of having this too spread out. So I'll just click on this edit social icons. I'll go to where it says style. Inside the spacing, I'll decrease the spacing to 10 pixels. And if I hide it again, you can see it's looking pretty nice. Now, of course, I can do many things out here. I can change the color and so on, but I'll leave the experimentation and creativity onto you. Inside the next one, you can see everything is too closely packed. In this case, I want this menu icon to be between this button and the cart. So what I'll do is simply drag this column and place it here. Now you see I have this hamburger icon which will open the menu. So I don't need so much of space for this. So what I'll do is reduce the space of this column to say a 20% space. I'll change the last column to again a 20% space. The account button column to again have a 20% space. And finally, the site logo to have a 40 space. Now this again is not looking too good. So let's decrease the space of this logo for now. Let's decrease the space this option uses. So I'll just change the edit column option again. Inside layout, I'll change this to 10%. And this time let's align everything to the center. So I'll align this to the center. I'll go back to my hamburger icon. I'll change this to 10% as well. I'll go to my account, and inside account, I'll change it to 20% is good. The first column, I'll increase the size to So this makes 20, this makes 10 and 10, this is 40. So let me change it to 60. Now if I hide it, you can see this is looking pretty good. Now some things can be done with it, but I'll let you be the judge of it. So one thing which we can do is just place this column in between these two options so that my menu icon goes at the end. And I think that looks good enough. Now let's change some of the settings of this menu. So right now, if I click on this menu, you'll see this submenu appear. What I want to do is change some of these submenu settings. First of all, let's go inside this menu. Inside the layout, I want this to be a full width. So I'm not going to change anything here. In the style, I'll be changing a few things. So I just want to increase space between these items. So I'll go to where it says drop down, and inside drop downs, I'll be changing this drop down menu settings. I like the text color. However, I'll be changing the background color to a light green. For that, I'll be just clicking on this background color, and I have my very light green colors already saved. I'll let the text color be the same. I'm not going to put any border. The drop down width, I'll let it be. If I increase the horizontal padding, you can see the padding from the left increase. So I'll put it to 30. It looks good enough there. I just want to increase the spacing between these items. So that is called vertical padding. So I'll put it to 20 pixels, or in fact, I can go a bit further to 30 pixels. Now there is one additional option which says top distance. So this is the distance from this menu. So I'll change that to 32 so that it is a bit down. Finally, let's add a box shadow. So there is an option for box shadow as well. I'll just simply click on it and the default settings appear, which in my opinion looks fine. So if I hide it, you can see this is what my menu looks like when open. This is how it looks like when it's closed. So I think it's looking pretty okay. Let's close this. Let's change this menu color as well. So what I can do is simply click on this menu, go to the menu trigger and change the color. So I'll change this color to a darker green. And if I click it, you can see this turns into a dark green. So this is looking pretty nice. I can of course increase the icon size, and if I hide it, I think this is too big. So I'll let the option be default, or I can put in 25. So that's looking good as well. So now if I hide my panel, you can see the menu or the header inside the tablet has changed, and it is looking decent with the small effort that I put into it, and I'm good to go with it. Now let's do the same thing for the mobile. So I'll be changing the mobile view. So I'll be duplicating these two sections again. So I'll just simply right click on it, duplicate, and I'll right click on the last option and duplicate. So let me bring down this top header. Now again, inside this, I just want these options, the last two headers, to show inside my mobile view only. So for that, let me go inside the responsive mode and the mobile mode. So right now you can see it's not available in the mobile mode. What I can do is simply click on this, go to advanced, go to responsive, and instead of showing or hiding on mobile, I'll click on see on mobile and hide on tablet. I'll do the same thing for this menu as well. Go to advanced, go to responsive, and hide on mobile I'll uncheck, and hide on tablet I'll check. And if I hide it now, you can see only this menu appear. Now right now it's looking pretty bad. So let's fix that. So I'll just unhide this panel again. This is the menu we are changing. So let's assume that we do not want this social icons inside the mobile menu. So all we want is this rotating text to appear. So what we'll do is simply right click on it and delete it. In fact, let's delete this entire column, and let's delete the first column as well. So if I hide it now, you can see I just have my rotating text. Inside these columns, once I go inside my mobile menu, everything or every column gets 100% spacing. So whenever I'm going inside mobile and changing some of the Elementor section settings, you have to understand that everything has been set to 100. So if I just want the spacings to change, I can do it right here. First of all, let's remove this button because I won't be using it inside the mobile view. So I'll just delete that. All I'll be using is this icon, the hamburger icon for the menu, as well as this cart icon. So let's change a few settings. First of all, let's click on edit column and we'll change it to say 60%. We'll go to this cart icon column and we'll be putting in a 20%, and finally we'll be going inside the menu icon and putting it 20% too. So if I hide it right now, you can see it's looking okay even right now, but we want to decrease the size of this site logo. So what I'll do is just click on edit site logo, go to style and change the width again from percentage to pixels, and I'll change it to say 90 pixels, or that's too small, so I'll put in 120. So if I hide it right now, you can see it's looking very nice. Now even if I let it go right now, it's good to go, but I'll decrease the sizes of these icons as well. So I'll simply click on edit card again, go inside style, go inside the menu card, go inside the icon size. Right now it's set to 35. I'll change it to 25, and I'll do the same with this hamburger icon. Click on it to edit, go to style, go to menu trigger and close icon, and I'll change the size to 25 again. So now if I hide it, you see it works pretty well. Now if I click on this menu, you see these options appear. What we can do is change the spacing here. So I'll do that. To change the spacing, I'll go back to the menu again, go to where it says drop down, and inside the vertical padding, I'll change the vertical paddings to say 10 pixels, or that is too small, so I'll change it to 20. And that looks pretty decent. So if I hide this menu now, you can see this menu appear pretty beautifully. So just like that, we have our 3 separate menus, and we did all this for free just using simple plugins. So let me show you. This is what it looks like on a mobile. This is what it will look on a tablet. Now you can of course change a few things to make it look prettier. And finally, this is how it looked on my desktop. So we have 3 different menus created, 3 different headers created specific to a specific device. And we did all this completely for free. So I hope you liked this video. And if you want to see how to create the desktop menu, which I originally created, you can check out my previous video. I'll leave the link in the description. If you did like this video, do hit that like button. And if you're not already subscribed, do subscribe. And before moving on to some other video, do check out our channel. I hope you'll find something exciting there to watch. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.